Hola, hola, bienvenidos a Esperanza Pense, donde la Esperanza Pense. Welcome to Esperanza Pense, where hope wins. Hello, hello, Sharon, how are you? Happy Pisces New Moon. Hi, Zen. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting my work. If you're feeling compassionate, Piscean, generous, there's a links below to book a reading if you'd like a more personalized, intuitive experience. And we can also look at your astrology. Today in this live stream, we're going to focus on our 10 card Celtic cross reading to work on fine tuning our free will and intuition together. And Pisces is a very intuitive sign. If you'd like to have more information about what Pisces energy themes and representations and symbologies could mean for you, or just to sort of like trigger your imagination, trigger your reticular activation system, trigger the response that you have with life when you're looking for stuff, it's more easy for you to see it. Hello, Neymar like Astral. Nice to see you. Hi, Robin. Hi, Amy. Hi. Thank you for being here. Happy Pisces New Moon. Pisces New Moon is coming in at 28 degrees. If you'd like to learn more about the astrology chart, and I did a further breakdown of the astrology for like the past 10 days or so on my previous live stream. So you can find that on the main YouTube page here. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and let your friends know that we gather here Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we do our quick hits tarot reading, which is usually like 3 cards, just archetypes for the day, energies that we might be working with for today. Hey, Namer, like Astral, thanks for the question. I'm pulling a 10 card Celtic cross reading today. I never do readings for people online. Everybody books an appointment. And most of you who are here are such great supporters of Esperanza Bense Tarot. What's up, Dead Wolf? Hey, Steve, what's up, man? How are you today? I hope everybody's having a great day so far. I started the day off really early. I hiked and greeted the sunshine today at sunrise. Probably maybe a little three little miler, couple 2-3 miles, 2-3 mile hike. What did everybody else do today? I haven't gotten any jumpers yet. Can you believe it? I guess the cards know that I have announcements to make. But yeah, if you want to check back in my last live stream, then you can discover what the astrology is, not only for the new moon today, which, by the way, is going to happen, I want to say like right around 7:30 or 8:30 p.m. tonight, Central Standard. I think it's 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight, is this moon, and it's coming in at 28 degrees, and 28 degrees is a really full degree. And Pisces is a really full sign. And again, I really encourage you to check the description box to learn more about some of the, oh, here we go. Strength. Awesome. So this is what we call our jumper card. I shuffle until a card pops out, and then when a card pops out, it's a jumper card, and this card is going to flavor our entire reading. So the strength card is a Leo energy. Strength card is not afraid to be out in the sunshine and to radiate in and of themselves as well. Strength card in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, which those of you who've been watching these videos, thank you for coming back, by the way, but you guys know that like my regular deck, my Rider-Waite tarot deck, that it's like my working deck. Like this deck, I use it every single day. It just vanished. No idea where it is. It's been like a month at least. I don't know. I don't know where the deck is, but in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck that I usually use, the strength card shows a very gorgeous woman with the infinity symbol above her head, and it's the same as the magician. And I feel like that's an act of staying within the infinite flow, you know, understanding what the universe wants of you and then channeling that inward and not exerting your will, but just showing up. Strength is such Leo energy. Leos show up with such a courage in their hearts, such an openness in their hearts, and such an ability to radiate warmth towards those around them that other people want to be with them. Other people want to tame their beast around a Leo, because the Leo is can be fierce if they need to protect their space, to protect their sovereignty, to protect their heart, right? So the strength card is reinforcing the strength of this reading today. So thank you for joining me. We'll set that over here so that she can preside over our reading. I also wanted to say, someone had asked me, Zen, I don't know who all in this chat room here goes to Jimmy Church's channel, Fade to Black Radio. Zen is a moderator there, but someone had asked yesterday about my favorite books and if I knew of any books about tarot, and I really enjoy this book, Tarot, A New Handbook for the Apprentice by Eileen Connolly. And this book came out in 1979, so I'm not sure if it's still in print, but this book is so legit. Like, she basically sets it up like you're her apprentice. Introduction, Know Thyself. And that was on the shrine of Apollo at Delphi. She probably talks about that here. But yeah, she talks about beginning your apprenticeship, learning the minor arcana, the sequence of the minor arcana. Like, it's a really rich book. And when you get into the cards, it's really nice because she goes really in depth with the esoteric meanings of the cards, not only, you know, the metaphors for the symbolism, but also she gets into like the tree of life. She gets into like more in-depth divination, and it's like, you know, in my experience, I learn by doing. So, my suggestion to anybody who wants to become more adept at this language of intuition, or with specifically using tarot and astrology as tools, I would recommend just pulling a card every single day and then using many of these decks. Like today, we're going to use the Morgan Greer Tarot deck when we do our 10-card CELTiC cross reading here, which I'm going to get into. But inside here, there's a booklet. Now, each deck, you'll start to get the hang of it, because you'll start to see that even though each deck's booklet says something a little bit different about the Six of Wands, for example, or the Queen of Swords, you'll start to notice like recurring themes, and then you'll start to see those themes mirroring in your life too. Like you'll understand which people in your situation could be the Queen of Swords, or what situations are bringing you Six Wands. You'll start to notice over time, but things take a lot of time, and you're not going to learn tarot overnight, but it is a tool that will you know, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. The symbols, it's fascinating the way I've learned the symbology of life, and that life speaks in symbols, and molecules speak in symbols, and the air speaks like really everything that I can understand, and all the magic that I can understand can be distilled into, you know, the elements and certain sounds, and it's just very, very simple. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's really, really simple and it's really, really fun. So thank you for enjoying some simple fun over here at Esperanza Bense Tarot. We're going to play with the Morgan Greer Tarot today. And presiding over our reading is Lady Strength. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Oh, I also have the Synchronicity deck here. I've really been loving working with this deck. A really dear person gave me this deck. Her name is Trish, just Trish. She always says it's just Trish. It's not Trisha, it's not Patricia, it's just Trish. That's what she says. She's cool. All right, let's pray and then we'll play. Okay, cool. So I just want to make sure you can see the cards too. This is us. All right, this is us. It's our challenge, near past, near future, our conscious awareness, our subconscious awareness. How do we see ourselves? How do other people see us? Or like maybe what's all around in our environment? What are our hopes and fears? And what's the likely outcome? And I am so happy to be getting back to my roots right now because I haven't done a 10-card Celtic cross reading for the moon in a hot minute because I've been pulling these live streams and in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pull a tarot reading. And then I like totally forget while I'm live. I just get into the chart, the astrology chart. So it's cool. Like now I think I'm just going to do them separate. I'll do in-depth astrology, go live when the feeling hits, and then I'll pull these cards for the moon cycles. I think is going to be what we're going to do. Oh, and a couple of you, I don't know if you're watching right now, but thank you for emailing me, Alex. And I, as you know, those of you who've had readings with me, when I do your reading, we do your reading, but I also send a follow-up email, and that will give you further insight to how our reading and how your actual natal astrology fits into like the time that we're working with right now. Alex happens to be a Pisces ascendant. So y'all can figure out, you know, that this could be a very important moon for that energy, right? So yeah, I let things marinate for a while sometimes, and that's a very Piscean vibe too, to just sort of be slow or to be dreamy and not to be quite as active. But with new moon energy, we start to plant seeds, and this moon is going immediately void, of course, like right after the new moon. Woo-hoo-hoo, right at the center of the deck, Wheel of Fortune for the querent. Oh, the challenge is justice. Near past, 9 of Cups reversed. Near future, 8 of Swords reversed. Awesome card to see in reverse. Our conscious awareness, Page of Pentacles. Subconscious awareness, the Tower reversed. How do we see ourselves? Knight of Pentacles reversed. How do other people see us or what's in our environment? Temperance reversed. What are our hopes and fears, or rather like what energy are we kind of like projecting right now? Like what am I like clenching about, but also what am I like excited about? You know, that's kind of like hopes and fears. It's like, where is my nervous system getting jacked right now? Basically is hopes and fears position. Ace of Pentacles. And then the likely outcome, if we keep doing what we're doing, is the Hierophant reversed. Wow, powerful reading for this new moon in Pisces. But we already knew because we already tuned in to the astrology, remember last live stream? So we already knew that these energies were afoot. But let's get into it. We popped out of the gate with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 out of 10 of our Celtic Cross reading and our flavor of the day. So we have more major arcanas in this reading than we have minor arcanas. Major arcana cards in the tarot, the way that I read, major arcana cards are larger overarching themes and archetypes. So we might be dealing with, like, in the news cycle, in politics, in celebrity news, in our larger community. Minor arcana cards, the cards that are numbered, like this 9, for example, these are day-to-day cards and day-to-day energies that we deal with on a personal level. You know, it would be comparable to when you look at mundane astrology, astrology for the world versus astrology for you and me in our personal lives. So these major arcana cards, especially since we're pulling energy for the moon itself, so, you know, we can bring it, the macro symbolism, down to earth and apply it to our personal selves. But I do think that we're, as people here, dealing with a lot of big energy, I guess. But we already, like I said, we already knew that. We already knew that. All right, well, with Wheel of Fortune, this is luck. I can't really say if it's good or bad luck, but a lot of people attribute luck to the planet Jupiter, and Jupiter happens to be squaring Venus today. And Venus is the planet of love and money. So there could be like a lot of extra emphasis. And with Venus in Aries, where she's feeling fiery and aggressive and active, she's not quite as magnetic. She's not quite as, like, you know, sitting back and attracting. Like, she's going out to get what she wants, and she might burn out quickly too, because Aries energy, although it's very active, although it's very energetic, it can fire up and then burn out with quickness. Wheel of Fortune as our main card, as the querent card. And again, check my playlists, because there is a playlist that explains the 10 card Celtic cross reading. If you've never seen a Celtic cross reading before, go down to my main YouTube page, and there should be a playlist called Tarot Tutorials, and you can learn what the positions, can you see how each card has a different position? So when you look at that playlist, it's a quick 60-second video that'll explain to you that this card, the Wheel of Fortune, was in the querent position. Okay, and now I'm going to talk about the challenge with it, justice. So the challenge with our luck is justice. Okay, so that could have to deal with the justice system, that could have to deal with karma in general, that could deal with cutting through, taking that sword and cutting through the BS and the nonsense and getting to the point and getting to the truth. This is strong Libra energy. Wheel of Fortune, this is just, you know, how sometimes when people are on the top of the wheel, they're probably going to fall. And maybe the people who are on the bottom of the wheel, it might be their come up. I think that's what this could indicate. The energy that's blocking that, the energy that is challenging that natural ability, that natural cyclical flow of life, is the justice system, is justice in general, is karma in general. Do we have karma in our personal lives that we need to burn off? Do we have any personal blockages, or like ancestral blockages, DNA blockages, energetic blockages that would prohibit us from having justice in our own lives or in the greater, wider world? Are we speaking truth? Are we being truth? Are we speaking with clarity? Are we looking at things impartially? Are we just getting too emotional? Like, these are all questions that we can ask ourselves when we see the justice card as a challenge. In the near past, we have the 9 of Cups reversed. Long story short, be careful what you wish for. You probably got it, and you probably might have wanted to reword that, you know, because sometimes when we wish for things and we're not very specific, or we shoot a lot of energy in a certain direction, but we don't understand how that's going to integrate into the flow and maybe come back at us. You know what I mean? There's a lot of projection these days, a lot of projection, a lot of people getting very, with this card upright, this is very smug energy, right? This is somebody who's like, I know I can get what I want. And, they know they can get what they want, so they keep getting what they want because they know they can. For people who have stumbled a few times, they've been humbled a few times. Like this person, not so much. But here, humble pie. This is somebody who's been, because cups in the tarot represent water, represent emotions, right? And so we're dealing with a very watery moon right now. Pisces is the height of water in the astrology chart. It is the fullness of emotional connection, not just between ourselves and our heart chakra, but between us and our spirit and Neptune and that greater antenna to the divine. With us having all of this emotion and nowhere to put it, that could be a little bit of an uncomfortable space. Like somebody maybe was wishing and wishing and wishing for something, but sometimes when you make your wishes and your wishes involve other people, you can't guarantee that, we got to be careful the way that we word things. I was on a hike this morning, like I said, at sunrise, which was early. And the person I was with, we were talking about, they were really expressing a lot of frustration and anger at a specific person, at a specific political figure. And something that I've been learning lately, gosh, I forget his name, Michael Jeepers. I can't remember his name, but he's an esoteric teacher, and I've just come across his work recently. He was actually on one of my friend's channels. Christy Aphrodite interviewed him like a few years ago, but he was kind of talking about when you make energy personal, when you project your energy specifically onto a specific person, that can create a lot of chaos, and not usually for the person that you're projecting it to, but chaos for yourself, because you're making things personal, so things are going to come back to you personally as well, for blessings or curses. Like if someone didn't invite that energy and they're not having it, like it's going to bounce back to you, and it's going to bounce back in ways that you might not understand, that I might not understand. You know what I mean? So, when we're working with our emotions, we got to be very clear that when we feel heightened emotions, that's magic, that's projection. So every time that you look at the TV screen and it incites like an emotion out of you, not only is it good loosh for people who would feed off that emotion, but also it destabilizes your ability to project your magic properly. So, something that I've started to learn to do in my personal life, and it's just something that I'm just going to share, is that, instead of saying like, oh my gosh, I hate this, I hate that, I reject you, or I love you, or da 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 da, it's like, I disavow that energy. I reject that dynamic. I reject um tyranny, or I reject you know energy harvesting. I reject, you know what I mean, instead of like it being a personal thing. Just thought of it. So I thought I'd share. In the near future with Eight of Swords reversed, this is kind of what I'm talking about though, like rethinking our self-talk, rethinking the way that what rethinking the programs that we're running on, because we're all running on so many programs subconsciously, unconsciously, that like it doesn't even occur to us that like to hate and hate and hate, or love and love and love, or project or project or project, like a flow might be nice. And 8 is a number of flow. 8 is the infinity number. 8 is the number of strength. And when we have mental strength, when we're strong mentally, then we're going places in this world, because it's a mental game now. We've already played the war over the land. Now it's the war over the mind. And the biggest battle that we face is in the mirror with ourselves, when we're alone with our thoughts. And a lot of people don't let themselves be alone with their thoughts. So, I mean, that's just out the window for some people. But for most of us here, I'm sure that we at least try to be somewhat conscious of ourselves, our thinking, and our words. Eight of Swords upright is usually a card of somebody like holding themselves back because they're blind to solutions. They keep running the same patterns. They don't see any other way. But here with the Eight of Swords reversed in the near future, we should be able to, as they say, turn around that stinking thinking. All right, with Page of Pentacles at our conscious level, you know, we might be consciously thinking about new starts, like actually planting real seeds right now. Some of us are starting our gardens. Some of us are starting new ways of earning. Some of us are starting new ways of investing. And some of us are coming into contact or coming into messages with somebody who might be a Taurus, a Capricorn, a Virgo person, or somebody that has a lot of practical energy in their chart, newness in their chart, new situations, new relationships at work, new people coming in that appreciate the actual things that we actually do on earth and how we can contribute and how we can invest in our actual 3D reality. With the Tower reverse, subconscious energy, whether we realize it or not, the structures that are not stabilized for our foundational health and for our growth are crumbling and burning before us. And we all know this, but like on a subconscious level, this is what's driving this entire ship. This is what's driving this entire reading, is the fact that like the people who have been sitting on their laurels and sitting in their ivory towers are literally like crowns are falling off of their heads. And the waves, look at these waves on this card, this Piscean energy. So like right now we're like at the crest of the wave. After this 28 degrees this evening, boom, the wave crashes down. So that could be literally, figuratively, but we see a tower reversed here. When the tower comes in reverse, we all know what that means, right? Reversals. Okay, so if you haven't watched my videos before, welcome and thank you for being here. And if you're not like quite hip to the vibe of like the way that I talk tarot, of course they're grabbing the garbage now. I hope it's not too well. I think the computer is smart enough to like, but yeah, you can hear the taking out the trash. Actually, though, that is a really good theme for this time, for this darkness of the moon. It's time to cleanse, it's time to clear, it's time to banish, it's time to take out the trash. Piscean waters need to stay clean. So we need to periodically like dredge the system and make sure that the waters stay clean for us to swim through, right? With the tower reversed cards, inverted cards, the way I read them, it means that it's internal energy, things that we saw coming, things that we might have been working on ourselves. And then, you know, the cards that are upright are the cards that are kind of working on us. And these are the cards that we're kind of working on either collectively or on an internal or a well-known level. With the tower reversed, we knew this shit was coming. We saw it down the pipeline. And we know that it's happening now, but we're not always exactly sure what we're going to do with it, what we're going to do with this new start. But we're thinking about it. We're thinking about the new starts that we want to plant, right? And the Knight of Pentacles, next card, how do we see ourselves? Knight of Pentacles reverse. So again, reversal, inverted card, internal energy. How am I rethinking the ways in which I go forth in the actual world? Pentacles are earth energy. Earth has to do with like our actual physicality. So that could be our health. That could be our finances. How do we feed our face? We usually feed our face by working, getting money, and then, you know, going to buy goods for ourselves, right? Knight of Pentacles is a really stable person. This is a person who doesn't move very quickly, though. And the caveat with the Knight of Pentacles, as dependable as they are, as reliable as they are, as steady and sturdy and loving and sensual as they can be, they just don't move very quickly. And with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, it might even be stalled even further. So we might be stalling and tripping ourselves up with our own practicalities or our own little habits that we need on the daily. Virgo energy rules over the sixth house naturally in astrology, and that can deal with like habits, your daily habits, your routines. And so are there any ways that we can shake up our routines a little bit and get ourselves out of our habitual operating systems. Once again, I think that this Pisces new moon is a really wonderful opportunity for us to cleanse and release and recuperate definitely, because Mercury is going retrograde. It is actually landed right on the North Node right now. So that's going to be for like reverberating for about a week. So just marinate if you have any like very important communications, very important contracts that you can sort of read over and just really get into it. It's a really great time to super saturate yourself, marinate yourself, go back into the past and retrieve what you needed, retrieve what you forgot, get your art and sort of cleanse the rest. Look back through your phone and see, when have situations like this rolled around before? What am I going to do about it in real life? You know, with these pentacles, what am I going to do about it in real life? What is surrounding me? Temperance reverse. So people are just not balanced right now. The energy is just not balanced. The surrounding energy around is just not balanced. Temperance upright is an angelic balance. It's an ability to be able to mix the water with the wine. Here, it's extreme. Like somebody either needs to cut off a behavior entirely, or maybe they're leaning way too far into their own delusions or their own addictions. But temperance reverse is an imbalance. Temperance reversed is us also needing to, again, maybe get off the horse a little bit and become a little bit more active. I mean, this Aries energy is coming in hot. I mean, the action's going to happen whether we're ready for it or not. But again, maybe we're working internally on what does balance mean to us. For some people, balance means, being super obsessive for 5 days and then resting for 3. That can be balance for some people. Balance, again, another topic, but with the temperance card, we're talking about spiritual balance. And with justice, we're talking about, factual balance, intellectual balance, balance between what I say and what I do. This is balance between myself and my spirit, balance between beauty and emotion, balance between the angelic realm and the earthly realm. You know what I mean? Themes like this. What am I clenching about and what am I excited about? Ace of Pentacles. So I am nervous. This is my hopes and fears position. This is for our hopes and fears, right? So as we explained before, hopes and fears is like, what am I excited about? But also, what am I scared of? Because sometimes I can be scared of the things that I wished for in the near past, right? With the Ace of Pentacles coming in, some coin. Yay. Don't forget to tip your bartender and your tarot reader. But Ace of Pentacles is gifts. It's gifts given of a clean, divine nature too. These are not gifts that are hoping for something in return. These are not gifts like, I'm going to give you something so that I can take what I want back, right? This isn't like that. This is just like, hey, here's a gift from God. There you go. Go on your merry way with it. But the thing about it is that like accepting these types of gifts, you can get nervous because you can be like, will I know what to do with it? Will I know where to plant this seed? With these new starts, I might be second guessing the seeds that I've already planted. I might be second guessing some of the journeys that I've already started. Pentacles on the brain. As I say, we got our mind on our money and our money on our mind. But it's not just money. Like I said before, Pentacles is earth energy. That's our health. That's our body. That's our structure. That's what keeps us grounded so that we can swim in the Piscean waters and go and do our spiritual things. Your spirit needs a place to reside. Your body is your temple. Yeah. So Ace of Pentacles can be new starts on a more peaceful path. Well, Ace of Pentacles, I took my Ace of Pentacles right up this path and greeted the sun this morning. That was an Ace of Pentacles moment for me. And it was my hopes and my fears because, like, I am a nervous Nelly, I'm locked and loaded, like I'm ready. Like, I'm a ready Betty, because it's like, there's mountain lions, there's, who knows? But yeah, but it was an Ace of Pentacles moment because it was a moment of beauty, and I was rewarded by the glory of the golden disc in the sky, you know? With the Hierophant reversed as the likely outcome, like we said before with the Tower reversed, some of the usual structures that we've come to rely upon are dissolving or even just like burning down or just crumbling, right? With the Hierophant reverse, this is like going outside of the established norms of society. The Hierophant upright is usually a card of hierarchy, and you know, hierarchical thinking, it bleeds. It bleeds into our personal lives. You know, like I have a friend who is kind of like a they're like a VIP, let's say. And you know, for people that do that kind of stuff, it's like I think that attitude has kind of gotten us in this mess in the first place. Like the idea that there is a separation between folks who are entertainers and folks who are entertained. And, you know, in my view, like we're all folks, and especially with the Hierophant reverse, I think those hierarchies and those hierarchical systems are going to take a backseat to the more mix and mingle approach of like co-creation, and not there being like more of a, I don't think it's going to be like that cool anymore to have like a velvet rope access, or to have like back rooms, or you know, special access, like we're special, so this is our section type stuff. I mean, people pay for that because their egos demand it, I guess. Not the people, the entertainers themselves necessarily, but like people pay to be close to the sunshine of the strength card and the beauty of the strength. But I think with this Hierophant reverse, that sort of like necessity to go through hierarchies to get somewhere, I don't think that that's going to be true as much anymore with Pluto in Aquarius and us moving from the age of Pisces and into the age of Aquarius. And now I'm talking about larger archetypal themes and larger sections of time. So hi, Sharon. Two Sharons here. Wonderful. Oh, a day with double Sharon is a lovely day for me. Let me just pop back through this chat really quick, and I just wanted to, Josie, did I say good morning, Josie? Buenos dias. Randy, buenos, Randy. Oh, can't. Thank you, Randy. Thank you for showing support. I'm really appreciative of that. Amy, Zen, Steve. Did we say hi to everybody? Robin. You know, Pisces moon is a great time to do art. And Robin here in the chat is a wonderful artist, and so is Josie. So are both Sharons. So anyhow, maybe let's pull a synchronicity card and just get like one or two more vibes that are a little bit intuitive to bring with us for the rest of our day. Okay. And I wanted to show you too that when I pulled this deck out, this was the card that came, spiritual guidance. So that was pretty cool because I was shuffling these before I went on live with you. So let's shuffle these again. And let's get our synchronicity. Oh, there it is. Synchronicity deck cards for this Pisces new moon today. Oh, gentleness and home. Oh my gosh. I love these cards. I love this deck. I love these cards. I've never really been much of an oracle card person, and it was so sweet of her to gift me this because this is like, okay, so I take it back. The first deck I ever worked with is an oracle deck, and you can find a playlist for that. It is the Sacred Path deck by Jamie Sams. Excellent deck. I started uploading the cards, just reading them, and I just thought it might be helpful for me or for other people that want to fall asleep and hear some sounds. But this oracle deck, like recently has just really been lovely. Gentleness and home. Think about that for a second. What does home mean to you? What are fourth house matters to you? Where's your fourth house in your astrology chart? Home. What does that mean? Does that mean the planet? Does that mean where you live? Does that mean who you're with? Is it where you go? Is it who you are? Gentleness. And look, the moon. You know, can you be aware? Can you be aware of yourself? Gentleness is strength. Gentleness is strength. Gentleness is strength. That's exactly what this card is about. It's the power that comes from being soft, like water, adaptable. When you're gentle, you're adaptable. When you're gentle, you can accept and give love. When you're gentle, you're not a threat. When you're gentle, you are persuasive. And when you're gentle, you know, I don't know. It's just better to be gentle. And home. Now, this reminds me of the 10 of Cups card, the happily ever after card, the rainbow after the rain energy, and understanding that, you know, we have only finite time. Time is finite. Moments are finite. So when we have that feeling of home, when we have that feeling, that sacred feeling of just being, to appreciate where we're at, to appreciate, you know, what we consider to be home. And if you don't have home, or if you don't feel like you're at home, then be gentle with yourself, be gentle with your situation, and allow the Piscean waters to carry you. Okay. Oh, I love these cards. They're so pretty. I hope that you can see them like the way that because I don't know what the light really, oh, I should do it like this so you can see the bottom. The light, I don't know. We'll try different things, you know, because I'm still figuring out how to YouTube, how to StreamYard, how to YouTube. Oh, a hypnotherapy session? Was it with Sarah Brexman Cosme? I wonder. Sharon, what a perfect Piscean activity for today. I love that. Wonderful. Well, thank you for spending some time with me today, y'all. I really appreciate you stopping by Esperanza Bense Tarot YouTube channel to fine-tune your free will and intuition with me. Again, if you would like more detailed information about the specific astrology of this lunation, please check out my last live stream. I went for it and showed quite a few charts, and we will do it again sometime, God willing, soon enough. And have a wonderful day, and God bless. And you know, may the waters be cleansing, clear, and crisply inviting for you. May the Piscean waters wash away what's no longer needed and cleanse what you have, and you know, sort of drift you to what's next, gently, 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 gently. Love you. Bye-bye now.